Well, probably a couple of months ago, well, more than a couple of months ago, I would say last year, this time, I was brought here with Mr. Terry Toby in reference to a business venture investment and taking on the Y. Terry and I sat down and told me what it was going for, and we were interested in buying it, and I came here and shared it with everyone. And against some counsel, against some friends' demands, it didn't go smoothly, I would say. And the reason why it didn't go is because we needed, my investors, including myself and some other investors, we needed proof of receipts of how the funds would be allocated for the building. And we weren't able to come up with the funds. The building was going for $400,000. We did some research. It was, the loan that was due was only $170,000. And we needed documentation showing how the funds would be allocated. We didn't come up with those receipts or those statements. So we decided to, our attorney advised us to do it with cut off ties and keep business as usual. So that's why you haven't seen the why.
What you're saying is they wouldn't tell you where the $400,000 was going to go.
No, not that, sir. Basically, the $400,000, there were monies that were spent for the Y. And my company, hands-on, since last year, has been dealing with the utilities, the bills, the upkeep, the lawn care, everything out of our own pocket. We spent over $14,000 just in that. We wanted to go forward with actually taking possession of the building. And
I understand it, but my question is,
hold it,
where's the money going to go?
For time,
I'll do
the time. Let me say this. We have been through all this with the board of directors of Frankford Y, not exactly these guys. Frankford Y has not been able to produce any of the audits for the last 3 or 4 years. And I warned him before we went into it, this is going to be tough, it's going to be a hard thing. They lived off grants for 3 or 4 years, so finally his company got the drift and they broke relationships. Yeah. So you can go on to your new thing here.
Yeah, we needed proof. We didn't get the proof on how to fund this event, and we were not willing to join partnership to take over a company that wasn't 100% transparent and that wasn't going to do the community a good service instead of a disservice. So that's where we're at. We have a printed up document for Mr. Barry and the Northwood Civic. If you'd like to make copies, you can, but I wanted to make sure you all got one. We wanted to make sure the councilwoman got one, so you all know what's going on. It's about articulating and sharing it with the community. This is a community organization. It's a community civic meeting, and we want to be absolutely transparent. We want to keep out in the bargain. And it wasn't on our part. We wanted to go for it. We wanted to see the Y up. It's right next to my building. It's adjacent to my building. And we're beautifying that building, and we want to beautify the Y, but if we can't get any leadway or headway, then we'll just back out of it.
Who are you?
My name is Tony Bannister. I'm a part of the Elizabeth Wright Company.
You're a part of the what? I'm
co-owner of the Elizabeth Wright Company. We own the building next to on 4712 Lever Street, the apartment complex.
Oh, the old
Corman Suites.
The old Corman Suites.
Yes, ma'am. We own that building.
So for who don't know it, Tony was here a year ago with Terry Tobin to explain the new deal, and Northwood Civic wanted to get a community agreements package with them. It seemed like it just broke off.
No, we got the community agreements.
The only conditions of the agreement was that we get all their audit, all their records from the board of directors of Frankford Y, not these guys, the buyers, the sellers. So it fell through. It was a disaster. So Frankford Y is sitting still now. I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard a word.
Who owns Frankford Y? Don't the creditors own it?
No, it's owned by a board of directors controlled by Terry Tobin. I don't want to go into the Frankford Y tonight.
I'm investigating. You know who the board of directors are?
I don't know. I don't want to hear. We've been through this too many times.
People, they don't really exist.
Okay, secret people, whatever. But I'm just saying, that that deal broke off. Now we're looking, I hope we get someone interested, and I know Maria's been working on it, to get someone new in there, because we don't want it to become a dilapidated building.
Well,
That's where we're at now.
As long as it's next to it's next to our building, and you don't have to worry about the curb appeal of the building. We're going to maintain that, even in spite of whatever transpired between us two. You know, we're not going to let it go down because it brings the value of our area.
The last thing I heard, some guy was selling spear beans in there. So I mean, I'm just saying. Like that guy was talking. But I went over here and he was
That wasn't
talking.
on my watch.
No, not you, man. No, you guys are. But he's here to talk about something else.
No, this was actually the actual what happened with the water. This is
Oh, okay. All right, Tony, is that it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have one
All right, buddy.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
If the bank forecloses on it and puts it up for sure sale, are you guys going to bid on it?
Yes, we're going to buy it. That's what we're hoping for. But it's a 6-month process, and we're like, we can't wait that long. I can't continue to put money out of our pocket. And no, we can't. Well, the only way I'm going to put out money out of my pocket now is for the upkeep of the building. That's for my best interest. But other than that, we're not putting out any more money. I mean, $15,000, that's, to y'all maybe low, but that's a lot of money for a small business. Beneficial. And I've spoken with the president of Beneficial, Mr. DeVola, and he's going to keep us abreast of what's going on in the process of it. So
We sat down with this organization, the buyers, and I think we had a pretty good thing going. We had a good agreement going. We ready to sign an agreement, community relations agreement. But the other side, the directors and the people, like you say, the ghost directors, whoever, I could never find any.
And I can say this. I will say this. I was pre-warned before on what was happening. A lot of people informed me, but I was very zealous about it, and I wanted to see it change. And you know, I haven't given up on it, but I know I can't deal with it this way because I don't want to be associated with something that just appears to be.
There's a lot of red tape.
I'm not doing it.
What do you want to do with the building?
We want to keep it exactly as it is. We want it to be a community center.
Same
We want it to be
thing.
a wide, an outsource of resources, a hub.
Robin, the same thing we talked about months ago.
Not to carry that.
A community
No,
based.
well,
I
they want to buy it
I
now.
don't have any problems. I don't know his business practices. I don't have no track record. We were willing to assume the board, dismantle his board, assume a new board, take over the nonprofit that already exists, and make it community oriented, with people from the community actually taking ownership and having a vested interest in the building, instead of having people outside the community be a part of it.
Yeah, Walt, next question.